How are you?
I am great. I am very good. How are you? It's nice to see you in person.
What's funny is how I was asking you where you were from, and you're like New Jersey, and I thought that they were gonna spoil the surprise.
Okay.
And I was like, shut up!
You're from New Jersey too, aren't you?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, where?
Yeah. Rahway. Elizabeth Rahway.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm from North Jersey too.
Get out. What part?
Bergen County.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of stay away from those parts, but you know what? It is what it is.
Okay, fine.
So all the way from New Jersey out here. Tell me all the things. What's going on, Andi?
Nothing. I am preparing for a song to come out right now. So I've been very busy in that sense. I just had a show last night, which was very, very fun.
Okay.
We did a little charity. We partnered with a charity called Operation Smile, and they raise money for children with cleft palates to give them surgery if they need. Yeah, it was really lovely. It was very fun. Dressed up as Sophia the First.
Sophia the First.
Yes. Halloween.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going through my mind right now to be like, who's Sophia the First?
It's a cartoon.
Okay.
Children's cartoon.
What are those low quality cartoons?
No, they're
know that's a thing. Have you seen that?
But they're pretty. It's like I feel like they're a pretty quality cartoon. I would say I'm not really an expert, but I think they're pretty good.
Let's talk about your sold out tour.
Yes.
How fun was that?
Oh my! It was genuinely the most amazing time of my life. It was about 2 months on a bus with 8 people and a massive husky, which shed quite a lot, and also
they're dramatic.
Howled every single time the bus stopped.
Yeah. Keep
in mind, we're driving through the night.
This is why I can't have a husky, because there's only going to be one dramatic person in my house, and it's me. Right.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
If I was in your house, I was going to say me, but then that would mean I would break into your house. So.
I'm the only person that's doing the dramatics in my house.
Yeah, it was quite a lot, but it was so much fun. I hadn't ever really done any sort of tour before. I did like one-off shows here and there, but doing 27 shows in total was insane. It was really crazy.
Would you say that that's hard on your body?
Yeah, but when you're in it, I found that while I was actually on the road and running off of an hour of sleep, running off of just like your body breaking down and eating the worst foods you can imagine and laying on a bus all day, like you would think that you would feel worse. I felt great, but the second it ended, I felt like I had just like been through a really traumatic event. Like my body was just like, okay, you need to go to sleep for 3 weeks and do nothing. And then I had the post-tour blues. I was very sad to be home and not doing shows every night because it's so much fun. Like you get to meet so many people, and singing songs is my favorite thing to do. So I was quite sad when I got home. But...
You know what it is? I feel like because it's a drug.
Oh, yeah.
100% being on stage, getting that instant gratification from the people that are out in the audience watching you sing. That has to be so addictive.
Oh, it really is. And also, like, I find... I'm sure a lot of people say this, but the people that were coming to my shows, like my fans in particular, I did this thing where every show would have a different theme. So people would dress up as the theme. One of the themes was prom night. One was, what were the other themes? It was prom night. Oh, there was like grungy 80s night. There was all pink. And
Please tell me that there was an emo night.
There might have been an emo. I think grunge emo night. It was like crazy. Okay. I think it was called Crazy Your Best Friend night because I have a song called Crazy Your Best Friend. So that was like dress up all wild. My fans went very hard when it came to dressing up. People would be in full prom dresses. They had like sashes. They'd bring flowers and like really nice crowns that like felt very expensive. And I was like, where are you getting these things? And so it was really yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows?
Right.
I actually wore a crown that one of the fans gave to me at my show last night for my Sophia the First.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, costume. But yeah, it was really, really fun meeting the people that I like seen online for so long, because like most of the people that are coming to my shows are fans that comment on all my TikToks, on my Instagram. So seeing them in person was really weird, but like so amazing because I got to put a face to the username. Just such a crazy thing. Social media is so weird.
Think about your first tour stop.
Yeah.
Then think about the last.
Oh, yeah.
And think about how the performances in the middle have changed. Do you feel like that from the beginning to the end, did things get better or did they get worse?
The last show was one of my favorites for obvious reasons. It was just kind of, the end of it. So everyone's
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional,
Right.
but also it was in Salt Lake City and it was a completely sold out show. The fans there were just something else. They were so like I don't know, they were really really excited to be there and everyone was screaming so much. We had a piñata that we like hit at the end of the show and candy went everywhere. Um I found that I got more comfortable on stage obviously and when mess ups would happen, it was a lot more fun as the shows went on. It wasn't like, "Oh my god, like I messed up, like I suck, my life is over, I'm going to cry about it." Cuz sometimes that happened and I would be really upset cuz obviously I want to put on a great show, but as the shows went on, it became just a lot more fun and less serious. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I find that they did get a lot better, and my band even was just like having so much more fun because you're not as nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, doing 28 shows, you kind of
I mean, you kind of
get a
get what
routine. Yeah,
exactly.
you know what you're doing.
I'm thinking to myself, if I would be on stage and I messed up, would I be super affected by it?
It depends. It also depends on the crowd. Like
Right.
if they're really vocal and like a funny crowd, it's so easy to mess up. Once I did a show out of college and there were like 4,000 people there and I was wearing these big shoes. I wear really big shoes when I'm performing. I think it's just like the energy that it gives me when I'm walking a platform
I
shoe.
get that.
You know, I just feel like I'm like, "Oh my god, like I just feel so hot."
What happened?
I twisted my ankle and went
No.
down very, very fast, very hard. And I got right back up and just continued going. My heart has never beat so fast. I thought it was gonna beat out of my chest. I was like, I did not just fall in front of 4,000 people. But yeah, my ankle survived. I survived.
Do you ever stop the show and say that, like, I cannot believe I just fell in front of you guys?
Yeah, well, I didn't stop that one because there was a really like strict time crunch. Um, but yeah, when I messed up, I've started songs over because like I had to sneeze in the middle of a song,
See,
which is
I don't know why,
yeah.
but I would not be mad at that whatsoever.
No.
Like if my art, like somebody that
Yeah.
I went to go see, like sneezed or just whatever,
Yeah,
I
like,
would
we're all
be like,
human.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be like, do your thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like-
saying? Go on, just take
Yeah,
your time.
I got really sick halfway through the show. So I'm halfway through the tour. I was coughing. I was sneezing. My whole bus was not feeling very good. So there were a couple shows where that happened like once or twice where we had to start a song over. But everyone's just so excited to be there, so they don't care.
Yeah. They want to have a good time.
Yeah, and they do.
We're like, hold on, y'all, let me sneeze.
Yeah,
Achoo.
and they're like, yes. And I'm like, thank you.
See, that's why I feel like it's a mind
Yeah.
whenever you're on tour or you're
Yeah.
like in front of people like fans and whatnot, because everything that you do is just so exciting. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. And it's also about your mindset. Like, if you're going out and trying to connect with people, you're going to be much more open to messing up and failing because, like, at the end of the day, we're all human. It's like if you trip and fall, you get back up and you continue the show. If you sneeze in the middle of a song, everyone understands. They want to hear the song again.
Right.
They're totally fine with it. You know, like, stuff happens. So
when you ended the tour, you went back to Jersey?
I did.
Okay, you went back
Yeah.
to Jersey. First thing that you did when you got off that tour?
First thing I did was when I got home, I laid in bed with my dog Joey. Call him Joe Mandu. He's the love of my life. He's 6 pounds, little Chica Bjorky. He has 2 teeth. His tongue hangs out of his mouth.
Oh.
He's beautiful to me. Other people might disagree, but I just laid in bed with him for I think
Nice.
probably 24 hours straight. Yeah, it was quite amazing. I wanted to do that every day actually. So
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that grueling schedule or just
Yeah.
like out promoting songs and things like that.
yeah, it's a lot, but like I wouldn't want to do anything else. I'd
Right,
rather
'cause
be
this is what-
exhausted
yeah.
from doing that than
Right,
anything else. I
It's
love
better
it.
than dig it and ditch. You
Yes.
feel me?
True.
Do me a favor and tell me about Convince Me.
Convince myself.
Convince myself.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Me,
sure.
myself. I wrote that song this past summer. I was actually in New Jersey
Uh-huh.
and I developed a crush on my, oh God, I don't know. I'm saying this on radio. I developed a crush on my best friend's boyfriend's brother.
Wait, why is that bad?
Cause like when he hears it,
Cares.
who cares? But yeah, I got a really
He should
big
be
fat
honored.
crush. Yeah, I don't know if he's honored, but
Really?
I mean, maybe he is. If you are, please text me. But yeah, I had a really big fat crush on him, and I was in Jersey with my friends, and we were all hanging out, and we had a little like something going, and then I went back to LA. I came back like 2 weeks later, and he was acting like we never even met, and like just wasn't really giving me the time of day.
Wait,
in any romantic capacity.
So did he give you time of day before?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. And then he stopped, cut that off, and I was grasping for like any possible sign. Like if he looked at me, I was like, okay, he loves me. And that was where Convince Myself was born. I was driving home from the like last weekend that we were all hanging out, and I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why am I trying to make this boy who obviously has no interest in me like me in my mind? And then I
Mm.
wrote Convince Myself on the drive home. So, yeah.
So you were living in Delulu land.
Oh, constantly. It is rare I'm not in Delulu. If it comes to me liking someone,
Well, not necessarily
immediately.
you were in like Delulu because
Yeah.
he like apparently showed
That is true.
some type of
Oh, yeah. There was,
right. That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That reminds me of another story of someone that I know, I guess liking someone and
Yeah.
and it's not
Oh,
reciprocated.
it's happened to me one too many times. Honestly, like most of my relationships have been like that. So
Wow.
lots of fun. Yeah.
I don't even know how to dig up out of this ditch, but
Yeah. So bubbly and happy.
No,
Love this talk.
it's interesting because isn't it crazy how somebody can all of a sudden be interested, right? Like
Mhm.
digging you, whatever,
Yeah.
they're liking you. Then all of a sudden a 180 happens.
Nada. Nothing. Like,
Which makes you even angrier.
oh, and it makes you want them 10 times more. It is cruel. It is such a psychological, like, oh, it's brutal. But, we live and we learn. Well, I don't know if we learn, but we try to learn.
We try to live, we try to
Yeah.
learn, but it seems like we continue to go down the same path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's definitely a slight reoccurring theme around kind of having to convince yourself that someone likes you and being slightly delusional in a lot of my songs because that tends to be my love life. So
I mean, but it makes for great music. So
I'm not complaining right now. When I'm in the middle of it, I'm like, my life is over. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But then I write a song and then I feel 10 times better.
Right.
And then people,
because it's therapeutic.
yeah, and people also have the same thing happening to them,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it much less lonely and like scared. And you're not like, okay, it's not just me. I'm not the reason that he doesn't like me back.
You know what it is? I'm sure people on TikTok love the stories too.
Oh yeah.
How's that feel? Constantly feeding that beast.
It's a love-hate relationship. I love TikTok because one, it's given me my fan base and my little
platform.
community. Yeah, my
Right.
platform. I wouldn't be anywhere without it. But also it is a crazy app.
Yeah.
Like there's just so much going on. There's so many people giving their input and so many people telling you what's right and what's wrong. And for the most part, I don't really have a lot of trolls coming on my page. I don't really deal with a lot of that, but like there are people pouring their hearts out with their stories and relating to me and just like telling me what's going on with them. And I love it. I think it's really nice. It's very therapeutic to talk to other people going through the same thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how trauma just bonds us all?
It's weird. I know so much more than like, wow, we just did this amazing thing together. Like, nope, let's talk about
No,
our
I want a
problems.
trauma bond. I don't
Yeah.
care about anything fun that
Yeah,
happened, but tell me like, why'd your
literally.
father leave? You know what I'm saying?
That was like us through COVID.
Yeah.
Well, 2021. I don't know if it was.
I mean, that was pretty much still
it was
COVID.
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trauma bonded.
What are you working on next?
I am releasing a song on the 10th. It's actually a song I wrote a really long time ago. I wrote it like about a year and a half ago. It's called Bittersweet. It's a very different
Bittersweet.
sound than the music I've been putting out. It's much less romantic and like Delulu girl music. It's a little bit more sexy and dark,
Right.
I would say, but it still follows along some of the lines of being in a toxic relationship and being addicted to the whole game of love.
Love sucks,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It does. Indeed.
Well, I hope you're able to get it together.
Yeah. Oh, trying my best.
Andi, a pleasure.
Thank you. You too.